Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Ghocharam Tamaghocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Brahma Vidwaram. So that which is superimposed cannot touch or taint the adhisthana, the ashraya. The mirage water, however it may appear to flow, it cannot wet or sully even a bit of a desert sand. So therefore, the seeker says here, Suradi Bhava Mai Kalpita Brahmat. All this Stula Sukshma Dehas, whatever I have been perceiving, all that has become now null and void. Why? Because they are aropitam, superimposed. So even when he was there, it was not tainting the self. Now it is all gone, understood as imagination. So the self remains as pure. So it is not ever tainted. See, our Acharya sometimes used to explain a beautiful thing. See, in the pot there is water. In the water there is a reflected sun, right? The actual sun is somewhere else, which is not at all touched by anything. He says, when the reflected sun also appearing to be shaking, actually that reflection also is not shaking. What is shaking? The mind is, the water is shaking there. So even now the Jiva also is not suffering, actually speaking. Can you imagine this? What is happening is the mind is just chumma illama aadittirukku. When the mind is not moving, when it is stopping, when it is stilled, that is all. So there is no suffering anywhere. So when this is expressed, you suffer more. When somebody says there is no suffering, you suffer more. How can you say this? When we are really suffering, how can you say this? So this adhisthana is not at all sullied. Not even the jiva, because only just there is in the mind ashubha vasana. Because of that, mind is little bit, here and there moving, that's all. And even mind is not moving, only the tongue is moving. Tongue is moving, what you are talking about it. Even there is no mind absolutely, from the absolute standpoint. என்னதான் பேசுறது, எப்படிதான் 40 நாள் பேசுறது, 45 days how to talk, what to talk. So you need something to talk. So all the 581 verses. Now moving on to the next verse, 500th verse. Oh, 5th century. We are going to score the 5th century. Akashavalle pividhura goham Adityavadbhasya vilakshanoham Aharyavannitya vinishchaloham Ambodhivatpara vivarjitoham Akashavalle pividura goham Adityavadbhasya vilakshanoham Aharyavannitya vanishchaloham Ambodhivatpara vivarjitoham Akashavat lepa vidura goham. What is my true nature? Aham. What is my true nature? Akashavat, like space. Lepa vidura goham. It can never be tainted by whatever is contained in the space. The space can never be tainted. Similarly, whatever comes and goes in me, I am not at all touched, like space I am. So that is the first example given. Second, Adityavat bhasya vilakshanoham, like the sun. See, it illuminates everything, but it's distinctly different from whatever it has illumined. So, like that, whatever I am illumining, I am distinctly different from all the drishya padarthas. I am just the drika, in fact, the essence of the drika. But when you remind the essence of the drika, then bhogyam, bhogtru and bhogyam, everything is the same. But when you are not, then it is said, I am distinctly different from the drishya padartha. Okay, like the sun. It illumines everything, but it's distinctly different from the world which it illumines. Aharyavan vinishchaloham, like the mountain, like Achalan, Arunachalan. Vinishchaloham, there is no movement in me. Kutastavat tishtaha. Achalam means to move. Vinishchalaha means there is no movement in me. I am firmly established and I am infinite, therefore there is no movement in me. Vinishchalahaham. Ambodhivat para vivarjitoham, like the ocean, I am limitless. Para vivarjitaha means what? Boundless, limitless I am. So the four similes are given, examples are given. What are those? Akashavat. For Akasha what? I am not tainted. And Adityavad, I am distinctly different from whatever I illumine. And then Aharyavad, mountain, I am Vinishchalaha. Kutastavat. And like ocean, I am infinite. So when we can remember all these examples, then the nature of the self is also revealed. Like Akasha or Aditya or Aharya, mountain, Achala, or ocean. So this is my true nature. Moving on. Name dehena sambandhaha megeneva vihayasaha athak kuto me taddharma jagrat swapna sushuptayaha name dehena sambandhaha megeneva vihayasaha athak kuto me taddharma jagrat swapna sushuptayaha name dehena sambandhaha. I have nothing to do with this body. In this body, all the three bodies are included. Gross, subtle and the causal. Name dehe, I have nothing to do with this body. Like what? Mege neva vihayasaha. Like the Akasha, the sky has got nothing to do with the clouds. Clouds are there in the sky, but sky has got nothing to do with the sky. So nothing to do with the clouds. Similarly, yes, the body is, but I have nothing to do with this body. Therefore, ataha kuto me taddharma. How can the dharma of the body or the three bodies touch me, affect me? Therefore, jagrat swapna sushuptayaha dharmaha. So whatever happens in the jagrat swapna sushupti, it has no meaning in me. It has no influence on me. It can never touch me. So I am beyond all. Though in and through, but I am beyond. They are in me, I am not in them. So the sky says to the clouds, they are in me, but I am not in them. Meaning what? I am not influenced or I am not tainted by them, touched by them. In fact, what is sky? It is only a concept. What is sky? Imagine about it. It is infinite. மேலே திறந்து விட்டாங்க யாரோ. So sky has got nothing to do with the clouds which are just floating here, very close by. So the sky has got nothing to do with it. Similarly, the body is, what I have got to do with the bodies? Like so many bodies, this body also is. I have nothing to do with this body. Therefore, I am not tainted by the dharmas of the body. Whatever may be the dharmas. So when I enter with the body, physical body, waking world. With the subtle body, then the dream world. With the causal body, the deep sleep state. So whatever happens in these three states, I have nothing to do with it. And I am not touched by it. So I remain ever pure. Even to think about this is so joyful. Not even experiencing this. Nothing can touch me. It's only lip Vedanta. Nothing is happening inside. Na? If at all something happens in any circumstances, we should remain unaffected. Are we? No, we fall for it. We identify. And we take all the dharmas to be our dharma and we suffer. See, I tell you again and again, we should never sympathize with this ego self. This personality which is false. What is this ego self? Always crying. Always wants attention. Always wants somebody to pamper. Like the dog. It wants to be pampered always. This ego self should not be sympathized with. Let it suffer. Why not? Let it suffer. In the suffering only, you come out as a pure gold. See, I am not joking. Only through suffering you evolve. If everything is goody-goody and always you go for party, what evolution is possible? Nothing. Nothing is possible. Only hangover the next day. So, suffering is good. In fact, Kunti Mata asks Bhagavan Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, please send me more and more sufferings. Why? Then only I will remember you. Otherwise I forget you. Only when we are troubled, we go to God, right? See, when these people, especially youngsters, when everything goes right in their life, they don't remember us, the Swamis. When something goes wrong, then Swamiji, can I speak with you for a moment, please? Why? Swamiji, this has gone wrong, that has gone wrong. அடி நல்லா இருக்கும்போது ஏன்டா கூப்பிட மாட்டேங்கிற நல்லா இருக்கும்போது ஞாபகம் வர மாட்டேங்குது Only when things go wrong, we remember you, Swamiji. Yes, when you have disease only you go to doctors. When you are healthy, will you ever go to doctor? No. So, I have nothing to do with this body or the body's dharma. Like that, if we can remind, then we are following Vedanta Shastra. Then we are Vedantin. Or if we sympathize only with his ego self and cry, then we are samsaris only, na? Ata kuto me tad dharmaha. How can it affect me, the dharma of these bodies? So whatever happens in the three states, I have nothing to do with it. So therefore, whatever karma I do, it has nothing to do with me. The papa punya will not come to me. I am free. Papa punya can come only to the doer and the enjoyer. I am not the doer and the enjoyer. See, we have to stand there firmly. We should not fall for this karma, I tell you. Whatever it is, we should not come down even an inch. If you come down, there is no end to it. Like the ball dropped from the 10th floor. It goes down, down, down. So why to think I am a doer and then say, oh, Papa Punya, and is there prarabdha karma or not? Is it free will or fate? Both are not there. Fate or free will, both are not there. Only the self is. Huh? What? Nothing is happening. Therefore, there is no fate, no free will. Fate also, you must have done sometimes back. You are not the doer anytime. Free will, now I have got choice to do. You are not the doer. Forget about fate or free will and be free. Whatever happens, accept. Whatever you want to do, do it. Forget about it. Don't think I am the doer or enjoyer. Like the river, we have to flow, you know. No looking back, no going back, looking back. Just flow. That is all we need to do. Nothing else need to be done. Upadirayati sayeva supadirayati sayeva gacchati sayeva karmani karoti bhunkte sayeva jiryan mriyate sadaham kuladrivan nishchalayeva samstitaha upadhirayati sayeva gacchati sayeva karmani karoti bhunkte sayeva jiryan mriyate sadaham kuladrivan nishchalayeva samstitaha. Abiding in his pure self, this disciple, he is expressing this way. He says, Upadirayati sayeva gacchati. These upadis, they come and go. Ayati gacchati. One body comes and then goes, another body is given. The mind also in the deep sleep goes back and then comes out. That only does, that means the upadhi dharma. One who is identified with the upadhi, let us say jiva. I have nothing to do with this jiva or the upadhis. Sayeva karmani karoti. The hands and legs, they only do. And bhunkte, they only enjoy or suffer. Perfect detachment. Udasina vadasina. Means the hands and legs, they perform some karma, and whatever comes, it bhunkte, it enjoys. Sayeva jiryan mriyate. That alone becomes old, worn out. Jiryan mriyate, dies one day. Sadaham kuladrivan nishchalayeva samsitaha. But what am I? What am I? Sada, always. Kuladrivat nishchalayeva samsitaha. Like the Meru mountain. Kuladrivat means name, like a Meru mountain. Nishchalayeva samsitaha. I remain always unmoved by everything, anything. Nishchalayeva. I remain just myself. All these things come and go. Agamaha, apayinaha, nityaha. So I have nothing to do with anything. See, just to remain like that is anandam. Then Swamiji, are you not supposed to do your duties? What about responsibilities? Who cares? No, that is not good. You are very bad. Okay, I am bad. So what now? No. You are like a prodigal son. Let it be. I am always prodigal son only. You are useless. Yes, I am useless. Whatever archana you do, I accept everything. How does it matter? It is all your ignorance you are superimposing on me. What can I do? Do, say whatever you want. See, we are attached to karma, so we want everybody to do karma. We are attached to body, so we want everybody to be in the body and relate to the world. When somebody is free, namak manase porukadu. How can he be free? So we want to put him up. If you are not clear, we also jump. No. Yes, Swami, I am very bad. What will I do? God has created me thus. Why are you crying? God has not created you. You yourself created yourself. And you are suffering. Stop creating. So, sayeva jiryan mriyati sadaham kuladrivan nishchalaha. Like the mountain, Meru mountain, I am not moved. See, in footnote, Gurudev has given, it is a mythological concept repeatedly endorsed in the Vedas that the Meru mountain is the center of the universe, around which all the solar systems revolve rhythmically. Thus, Meru is the motionless center around which all movements take place. See, it is mythological. So, like that, the heart is the center of all. No, the self. So, everything happens, but nothing happens. So, therefore, Kuladrivat Nischala Eva Samsidaha, I remain unmoved by whatever is happening. So, see, please be careful. When the hands and legs move, if I think I am the doer, then you are in ignorance. If you don't move the hands and legs, and if you think I am the non-doer, there also you are caught. Identify with the body mind only. In spite of the body moving or not moving, you are the self which has nothing to do with the action, kriyas. This is the knowledge. Karmani akarmayaha pashyet. Akarmani cha karmayaha. Sa buddhiman manushyesh. See, over verse in Gita is so beautiful, precious. Karmani akarmayaha pashyet. Even while doing, one who sees actionlessness. Akarmani cha karmayaha. Even in actionless state, he sees the karma, because even though he is sitting quiet, his mind is he is action only. Hands and legs are okay, but where is his mind? Is it merged in Brahman? No. He is so anxious and worried. What will happen tomorrow? After 26, I have to go there, I have to do this. Mind is gur. 45 days I have taken off. My God, I have to go back and do this, do that. Then you put checklist. When you are free, you put a checklist. And some people put bucket list. Till they kick the bucket, always the bucket list is full. You know what is bucket list? You don't know. Okay, go. Whatever is my dream thing to achieve, to do, that is called as bucket list. Putting in the bucket list. I want to go to Italy. I want to go here. I want to go there. I want to enjoy this kind of food. All this they say bucket list. I want to go to Kailash. But Swamiji, Kailash, I have not seen Shiva and Parvati sitting anywhere. What do you think? Really there, Shiva and Parvati? How do I know? Why are you asking me every question? Huh? How do I know? I am also like you only. No, Swamiji, you know everything. That is the illusion. You are deluded. How can I say whether the Shiva or Parvati are there or not? People ask such questions. Swamiji, I tried seeing everywhere. I could not see Shiva or Parvati. Is this Kailash or some other Kailash? How do I know? You should ask Shiva only. When you see him, please ask him, where are you? What is your address? Please tell me. This Kailash or some other Kailash? And another Mahatma is sitting in Kailasa. And see, he is the Shiva. So therefore, mind goes on, Then what is the use of this knowledge? So instead, hands and legs can move, but mind should be quiet. So that is Karma Yoga. Let the hands and legs move, but the mind remain quiet. When you have less vasanas, less desires, the mind will be quiet, even though the hands and legs are moving. But if you have a lot of vasanas, whether the hands are moving or not, legs are moving or not, you are continuously in motion. This is akarmani karmayaha pashyat. Even though you are motionless, you are moving. So therefore, I am that self which has nothing to do with the upadhis. Therefore, nothing to do with action or reaction. That is the karma phala. No question of prarabdha or any karma. I am the self. This is how we have to live. Na me pravrittir na cha me nivrittihi sadaika rupasya nirangshakasya ekatmako yo nibidho nirantaraha vyomeva purna sakatam chu cheshtate name pravrittir chame nachame nivrittihi sadhaika rupasya niramshakasya ekatmako yo nibido nirantaraha vyomeva purna sakatam chu nu cheshtate. See, sayeva karmani karoti bhunkte, last verse we have seen, na? That which is doing is enjoying. I have nothing to do with it. See, both in the doership and the enjoyership, we have nothing to do. We have no association. See, if you get caught in one, you cannot come out of the other. If you have the boga, the enjoyership, you cannot come out of doership. If you are having doership, you cannot come out of enjoyership. Both are the two sides of the same coin. So if you don't want to suffer, then you should come out of both sukha and dukkha, enjoyment and suffering. You cannot only enjoy and just avoid suffering. No, it's not possible. Or accept both enjoyment and suffering as is prasad. But anyway, you have nothing to do with any of these things from the highest standpoint. So therefore, be free. Now here, name pravrittihi nachame nivrittihi. Pravritti means what? Going out. Nivritti means going within. The mind is merged or absorbed in the Brahman. Therefore, the mind is not going out anywhere in search of any pleasure or anything. Or there is no need for the mind to go within because it's already absorbed, the mind. In that state, there is no mind. So there is no going of mind going out or going in. Pravritti means mind going out through the sense organs and the organs of action. Nivritti means now you gather all the rays and then you focus within. Nivritti. So I am not going out in the world, I am always focusing on the self. Ask the self what it should focus. There is nothing to focus outside or nothing to focus within also. The self alone remains. So therefore, nachame pravrittihi, nachame nivrittihi. All this talk about pravritti and nivritti and all only from the ego standpoint, from the ignorant standpoint. So no pravritti, no nivritti. Sadha eka rupasya. I am of the nature of oneself. Eka rupasya. Niramshakasya. I have no parts, no amsha. Amshakasya means what? I have no parts, no limbs. Therefore, how can I act? This is the question. I can act only when I have got limbs, na? Hands and legs. I don't have any hands and legs. How can I act now? I have got no tongue. How can I speak? I have no sense organs. How can I see? How can I hear? I have no mind. How can I feel? How can I think? Jadama. Like a rock you sit. No, I am not Jadavastu also. I am not Chaitanya Vastu also. So, Sada Eka Rupasya, Niramshakasya, Ekatmakaha. I am oneself. See, here a very peculiar expression. Nibido Nirantaraha. As if woven very closely, tightly. Meaning what? Mass of consciousness we say, na? Nibido Nirantaraha. Nirantaraha means there is no sort of gap in me. You understand? Sort of an expression. Nibido Nirantara, very closely knit, sort of, not, see, don't imagine anything, but just express that way to tell you that Katamnu Cheshtate, how can I move? I cannot move anything because I am infinite, number one, and this is without, means mass of consciousness, there is no movement possible here. That's what he's trying to explain. How can I move anything? Because I got no parts, no limbs. And I am one mass, eka rasaha, ekatmakaha. So in that, how can anything move there? Vyoma iva purnaha sa katam nu cheshtate. Like space, I am infinite. So how can the space move? Where it can move? Where can the space move? Wherever it moves, there already it is. So it cannot move. So the Atma also, it cannot move anywhere. Therefore there is no movement in it. Why there is no movement? Because it is Purnam. Therefore there is no action possible in Paramatma, in the self. So karma is totally negated. It is only Upadhi Dharma. In the self, there is nothing except the self. As if it is very closely woven, there is no space for any movement. To move, there should be some space now. There is no space to move. Self. So there is no space to move. It's like space means what? It is all pervading. So different ideas are expressed to drive the point that you have nothing to do with action and reaction. Vasanas. It's all bluff from the highest standpoint. The karma, the vasanas, everything is a bluff. The personality, the good, the bad, the samsara, everything. Then what to be done, Swamiji? Eat, sleep, and be happy. Then you become sadhu. You know who is a sadhu? Sadhu means nalla saapittu nalla thoonganu. Avana sadhu. Sadhu. Sa means nalla saapiradu. Nalla saapadu. Tu means nalla thoonganu. Avana sadhu in Tamil. Huh? You are right. You are right. You are right in a way. Nalla saap, nalla thoonganu. Sadhu. So, endha Raja, endha Patnam ponalum, we don't compromise with these two things. Then we are good sadhus. Sombiyai chumma suhamundirangedil solver engadi arunachala. Bhagavan says, like a lazy person, what else need I need to do except eating and sleeping? What else need to do? I don't know, he says. Sombiyai chumma suhamundu urangedil solver engadi arunachala. See, from the highest standpoint, he says, there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, nothing to prove. So that is highest state. That is why a very thin line between the tamaso tamas and hadisattva. Some people are misleading, you know. They seems to be very hadisattva, but they are highly tamasic. Some people seems to be tamasic, but they are sattvic. But prakasha, that shows everything. The light from their face, that shows the light. Light, no, not the light. I mean, whatever you call as prakasham. Buddhi prakasham, you can say. That reflects in the eyes. Have you seen the eyes of the great masters? Very shining, I don't know. Any master, you see the eyes. Nisargadatta Maharaj, you see his eyes. I have seen in photos. Vayangarama, it shines. So, Vyomena Punaksa Kadam Nu Cheshati. How can I move? The question is, how can I move in that infinite state? There is no movement possible. Therefore, there is no action possible. Therefore, there is no reaction. Therefore, I have no karma bandhanas. I am free. As the self, I am free. Punyani papani nirindriyasya nischetaso nirvikruter nirakrutehe uto mama kanda sukhanubhutehe bhrute hyananva gatamit Pishruti. Punyani papani nirindriyasya Nischetaso nirvikruter nirakrutehe Kuto mama kanda sukhanubhutehe Bhrute hyananva gatamityapi shrutihi. Nirindriyasya, I don't have any sense organs. No eyes, no ears. Because I am the self which is beyond body, mind, senses. So nirindriyasya, if I don't have any senses, sense organs, how can I commit any sin? Or for that matter, any merit, punya, papa. And nischetasaha. Probably through mind you can commit some sin. Nischetasaha. I don't have any mind also. So I have got no sense organs, organs of action. I have got no mind. And not only that, nirvikrutehe, no modification. And nirakrutehe, no form. So when that is my state, kutaha mama akanda sukhanubhutehe. I only experience akanda sukhanubhutehe, unbroken ocean of bliss. In that, punyani, papani. What is the question of punya and papa? First of all, I don't have any form, no sense organs, no mind. Then how can I do anything, good or bad? So how can punya and papa, what is the meaning of punya and papa? My experience is, I am akanda sukhanubhutehe. I am just that one ananda sagaram, ocean of bliss. See, yesterday somebody was telling me, very nice thought. Only when you are sad inside, you want to trouble others. When you are blissful, you don't want to trouble anybody, hurt anybody. There is so much of bliss, you don't want to do anything. If inside you are hollow, you are sad, you are unhappy, you are agitated, confused, then you trouble others, hurt others. If inside you are full, blissful, then naturally there is no tendency to do anything else. And in the self, which is auspicious, one without the second, where is the punya and papa? How can there be any action associated with a motive? Nothing is possible. So this is what the Shruti Mata, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, it says, Ananvagatam punyena, ananvagatam papena. Meaning what? He is not associated with the punya, he is not associated with the papa. See, while explaining the deep sleep state, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad says, when he is asleep, in the deep sleep, so is he associated with punya or papa? No. Why? His senses and mind are not available. In the deep sleep, senses and mind are not available. Therefore, he is not associated with any action or any papa punya. See, you watch any criminal, if he sleeps, he looks very pavam, paridavamark, like an innocent fellow he sleeps. Only when the Rakshasa wakes up, then you know what he is capable of. He can destroy everything. Even the small children you see, very sweet when they are sleeping. When they get up, my God, nobody can sleep. When they get up, nobody can sleep. So, when you are in deep sleep, why you cannot do any punya papa? Because there are no senses, no mind, no motives. Similarly, in the self, there is no senses, no mind.
How many dimensions are there in the self?
Nothing, no dimension, zero dimension. Zero dimension. Because it is nothing.
Like space has three, no? Space, time.
It is not space, right. It is beyond space. Just like space, but beyond space. It has no dimension or infinite dimension.
Yeah.
Both you can say. Both are one. Zero is equal to infinity.
N minus 1.
Another equation for you. 1 plus 1 is infinity, na? Yeah. Now 0 is equal to infinity. Whatever you want, you can say. Everything is imagination, So Shruti Mata also has asserted this, that he is not touched by punya or papa. See, even the deep sleep, if he is not touched by punya or papa, even though there is a trace of ignorance or whatever, if he is awakened, only awakened to his self, there is no question of punya or papa. That is what he is trying to assert through this Upanishadic statement. So Brute means the Shruti Mata proclaims. She says, he ananvagatam. Ananvagatam means he is not associated with the punya or papa. Okay. And now moving on. See, this is also a strange verse. When I say beautiful, he doesn't like it. Every verse you say beautiful, Swami. So I will say it's a strange verse. Okay. Chayaya sprushtamushnam va Sheetam va sushtu dushtu va Nasprishatyeva yat kinchit Purusham tad vilakshanam Chayaya sprushtamushnam va Sheetam va sushtu dushtu va Nasprishatyeva yat kinchit Purusham tad vilakshanam Chayaya sprushtam. Let us say chaya means the shadow. When the shadow touches something hot, you will not say, hot. You will not say. Suppose somebody has kept a hot water on your shadow, let us say. You will not jump, hot, 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 please take it out, you won't say. When somebody has placed an ice cube on your shadow, you will not say, ooh, 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 you will not shout. Why? Because tad vilakshanam, purusham tad vilakshanam. The man is completely different from the shadow. He is not the shadow. So similarly, ushnam sheetam va means heat or cold. Sushtu dushtu va, something holy or unholy is placed on the shadow. You become unholy or holy or unholy? No, because the shadow is completely different from you. It has no meaning. Is it not so? Na sprishati eva yat kinchit. So the Purusham is not touched by whatever is touched by the shadow. Because Purusham tad vilakshanam, he is distinctly different from the shadow. Chayaya, he is distinctly different from the shadow. Therefore, whatever happens to shadow, he is not affected. When a truck passes on the shadow, he will not die. You understand? So therefore, similarly, whatever happens to these upadhis, to this ego self, the self is not affected in any way. From that standpoint, it is as significant, as insignificant as the shadow for us now. See, what a state. From there, even this body, the bodily existence, the sukha dukkha, punya papa, all becomes meaningless. Why? Whatever happens to shadow, it doesn't affect the actual man. Distinctly different, has nothing to do with the shadow. Similarly, whatever happens in the waking dream, deep sleep, he is not touched, the self is not touched. Who is distinctly different. That is why Turiya Avastha, it is distinctly different from all the three states. So in that state, since there are no experiences, good or bad, presence or absence, it is, the fourth means it is Turiyatita. It is not even Turiya, it is Turiyatita. Because why you call it as fourth? When there are no three states, why you call it as fourth? Turiya means fourth in Artham, English. 1, 2, 3, this is fourth, Turiya. When there is no 1, 2, 3, why you call it as fourth? So it is called as Turiyatita, even beyond fourth. Then people ask, Swamiji, after reaching Turiya, you go beyond Turiya. Turiyatita, no? Yes. After going to Turiya, if you are there still, then you go to Turiyatita. We will see. People say, na, Swamiji, scriptures talk about Turiyatita also. After going to Turiya, how to go into Turiyatita? Jump into the well. This well, you jump into it, you will go to Turiyatita. So, the thing is what? People have got crazy ideas. Turiyatita. See, this Mahatma is only Turiya. He is in Turiyatita. He is only Turiyananda. He is Turiyatita Ananda. One step ahead. Always one step ahead. Hare Rama, Turiya means fourth. See, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi Ulladhanarpa Anubandham clearly states this. Same thing he states. In Tamil, step by step he states. It is called as Turiya because it is fourth in respect to all these three states. When you go to Turiya, you find there are no three states. Then why you call it as fourth? So he says it is Turiyati. That's why it is called as Turiyatita. Very clearly he says. That's why I told you, he removes all the cobwebs. You have to study Bhagavan. Then only all the cobwebs are removed. Otherwise you get caught into Turiya and Turiyatita. Already you are so confused. In the body mind. I have gone out of body mind. Now in Turiya, got stuck in Turiya so much. Now how will I go into Turiyatita now? How will I go into Turiyatita? Why are you troubling me? So, if you go into Turiya and still if you find yourself to go into Turiyatita, then try. If you go into Turiya, it means you are not there. If you are still there, then you are not in Turiya. Then you have to put effort to some extent to go somewhere, wherever you want to go. See, we want to reach somewhere anyway. We want to reach somewhere and become something. And when somebody says there is nowhere to go, nothing to do, nothing to achieve, we get very disappointed. I thought this spiritual sadhana is something wonderful, you have to reach somewhere and then you gain something. No. You need not go anywhere, you will not do anything, and you will not attain anything. Be yourself, just be quiet. No, Swamiji, I want siddhis. In Tamil, siddhi means Chinnamma, mother, sister. Chitti. Siddhi, chitti, in Tamil, everything tata, dada, everything ore tada. In Tamil, there are no tatta, daddalla, ella ore tada. Siddhi ona, siddhi ona. If you read Tamil, it will be siddhi only, siddhihal. So I always used to jokingly say, I got already 6-7 siddhis.
Yeah.
How do you know? He's saying, yeah. How do you know?
Well, if Siddhi is Chitti, then sure, you might have.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of siddhi. Not only Ashta Siddhi, I got 10-15 siddhis. I am a great Mahatma. So people are, very strange.
She's got 2 generations of
siddhis.
She's a Chitti to 2-3 generations.
Whom you are talking about?
It's Ranjani Amma.
Oh, really? He knows more about you than yourself.
No, I met them, no?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so we will stop here. This Chaya, Maya, with this we will stop here.
Oh, sorry.
Om Purnamadha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. So all these verses, who is talking now? Disciple.